plastic Casio, my grandfather's Seiko. These two watches couldn't be more different. Neither one is really my usual style, and yet these are the ones that I wear the most, or wore. They both need some minor repairs, so I'm doing that today and getting into why keepsakes aren't about the past, why you might want to rethink your smartwatch, and how these simple, outdated things can feel like a part of ourselves and our story. I've worn a watch since I was a kid, and this is the first real watch I wore daily. Not this exact one, but one just like it. My original one was lost, either to the attic or a thrift store donation over the years. So a few years ago, I went on the search to find another one. And I quickly realized that this watch is quite elusive. First, I didn't know the model name of the watch exactly, so I would just search yellow Casio illuminator. And I would find plenty of watches, but not this one. Then I saw this watch, I think on a forum, right watch, wrong color. And honestly, I like it a little better than the yellow. But the yellow one is what I had, so the yellow one is what I was going to find. I searched yellow Casio W94 and nothing. Oh, would you look at that? I've never seen this image pop up before. Kept the search saved, and every couple of weeks I would recheck. I started to think I had dreamed it up. But then finally, one day on Google Images, I saw just one picture of a yellow W94. So it was real. Actually finding one for sale took another several months. I eventually found one on eBay. And you might think, after all that searching, that I immediately hit buy it now. But they were asking $80 for it. And I'm funny about things like that. I didn't want to fork over double the regular price just to get it in yellow. After watching it not move though for, I kid you not, over a year, I decided to make what I thought was a very lowball offer, and they took it. The apparently rarest watch in the Casio line was mine once more. It was in good shape, and I wore it daily for several months until a couple of months ago, the watch stay broke. That's simple. I know I could have just gotten a new watch band, and I'll probably have to at some point, but the tag of this channel is Make Men Modify. So if a quick fix can get a little more life out of this one, then that's what I'm gonna do. Also gonna go ahead and sew down this little flap here, just so that doesn't start pulling apart more. Do not consider using this as a how-to fix a watch band. You know, just do stuff sometimes. If it's between doing it wrong and not doing it all, I'm gonna say do it wrong every time. There's one watch fixed. Now, this watch is a little more personal. It was my grandfather Charles's retirement present when he left the Gold Kiss store that he managed for decades. And when he passed at the beginning of last year, my dad gave this watch to me. Grandpa was too large a character to fit into a paragraph or two. So for now, I'll just say this. Sometimes the biggest figures in your life affect you in dozens of the smallest ways. They're so enmeshed into yourself that you don't even realize their influence fully until much later. He was one of those figures. So this watch is a sort of keepsake, a reminder of him whenever I wear it. And I do wear it. Now some people would keep it put up, but I don't believe in that. Yes, it might show wear and get scratched. It might get broken or lost, but I think that's better than it just sitting in some drawer somewhere. Objects should be used for what they're meant to be used for. And it's a more frequent reminder of him than if it were just tucked away somewhere for safekeeping. You can't really cherish something in a box. If you only take it out and see it every few months or years, the soul and memory of that object fades. But with daily use or near daily use, you build a connection with it, and the memory behind it gets deeper and brighter over time. This doesn't just go for keepsakes either. I'm sure we've all bought something nice for ourselves and then saved it for the right time or some undetermined special occasions. Go take that thing out and start using it for its intended purpose. If not every day, at least regularly. A worn out, expensive, or irreplaceable object is far better than a pristine but forgotten one. So, a while back I was wearing this watch and Ivory, my daughter, noticed the crystal on the ground. I don't know how she saw it in the grass, but I'm glad that she did. This might not be the right way to put a crystal back on a watch. I'm not even sure what you're supposed to use, but I can tell you this. It's for sure a Charles Ed approved way. If the crystal had fallen out on him, he'd have just put it back in using whatever he had handy and gotten it back going. He wouldn't have been precious about it. Maybe that was my point with all the keepsake talk. The more precious you are with objects, ironically, the harder it is to actually value them. To really cherish and love something, you have to be willing to take the risk of losing or breaking it. All right, well, it's not the prettiest repair, and I don't know if it will be the longest lasting, but it's back in there for now, and I'm going to continue to wear it. Now it's time to ask, why do we wear watches? Some would consider them outdated, like a typewriter or a vinyl record. Oddly, as much as I sit and ponder ideas and things I do, I've never given this much deep thought. It's what I always have and continue to do. It's just part of me. The influences, I'm sure, had a part of it. My dad and my granddad both wearing watches when I was young. It's also this general reminder of time, something telling you not to waste your minutes. Though I don't know how successful that has always been. It's a small degree of self-expression. You have this mental self-image of, I'm someone who wears a watch, and whatever you subconsciously think that says about yourself. This one goes for the keepsakes too. I think a watch is at its best when it's not making you think about the past, but reminding you to live now, to be in the present. But I think beyond all of that, the biggest reason I wear a watch is to tell the time and the date. Hey, not everything has to have a deep meaning. Or maybe it does, and it's just more fun leaving some things a mystery. Either way, checking the time by glancing at the watch is still quicker and more practical than pulling out your phone. Yeah, I know smartwatches are a thing, but same as in my notebook video, if you haven't watched that, it's up here. That's just a distraction. I'll admit I've been tempted before. A childhood love of gadgets sometimes rears its head without stopping to think if this thing is actually useful. But I'm trying to ask when it comes to any kind of tech, will this make my life better, or is it just a new shiny piece of plastic? Now you might bring up health tracking with a smartwatch, but are you really using that? If you are, okay, I know it's great for some people, especially those with medical conditions, but for the rest of us, is it something you really want or need? Or are you just checking it because it's there and you can? I think a lot of tech falls into that latter category. And for its primary function, a smartwatch is no better than a $20 Armatron, and it won't last a quarter as long. If you're trying to live a better, more grounded life, maybe consider ditching the smartwatch and going to Walmart, or better yet, a secondhand store, and buying whichever Casio or Timex suits your personality the best. Not what you think you should get, what you want, what speaks to you. A watch is something I think you can get by with a little bit of risk and pizzazz, so don't be afraid. Well, I thought this would be a quick and simple little video. I would fix these watches and say a thing or two over it. I guess I had more to say about watches than I thought I did. If you're a watch person, what's your dream watch? And what are you dailying right now? Obviously, I like talking watches, so let me know. My Win the Lottery watch is an Omega Speedmaster. Any variant really, but I love the Apollo commemorative they did several years ago. My treat myself watch that I might actually get someday is a Hamilton khaki pilot day date. It's the one that Matthew McConaughey wore in Interstellar. I guess all my dream watches are space related, which does seem about right. If you've watched this far, thank you so much. You don't know how much I appreciate all the kind comments lately and even just the silent viewers. Thank you too so much for the support. Until next time, thank you for coming by. Go make something, or fix something, or just go stare at a tree. Just go do something real. I'll see you soon.